Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Still got a little bit of a cough. Spilt my transistors. That's great. Let's see here, pin mode. Let's see. Now, anyways, so got some good news. I've got a pretty steady waveform going on now. If you'll notice, that's 200 microseconds and 200 millivolts. We got 72.8 duty cycle, peak to peaks 1.28 volts. 1580 hertz. So we are on the way. We are there. We got this. I built this right here, and although I love it, the channel needs an incentive. So I have put my signature on the inside of the case there. See if you can see this. PWM number 1, pulse width modulator number 1, and I wrote in mirror form, O-U-T, upside down, and crap. And a mirror smiley face. Let me put this back on here. It's easier for me to just use a Phillips screwdriver instead of a jumper. These little bitty jumpers that you get with it, they just really don't cut it. So here's the surprise. Yeah, I took the knobs off of it. I'll stick them back on there though. The surprise is I'm going to give this away. Now, in order for you to be eligible to receive this for free, I'm going to pay for shipping and everything. You have to have made a donation within the last 2 months. Or, if you're one of my advocate donators and you haven't donated in a couple months, no big deal, because I'm going to go through and tally everything up, and every time a donation was sent, that will be one entry into the pot. So if you donated $20, that would be 2 entries. If you donated $5, that would be 1. If you donated $10, that would be 1. For every $10, say you donated $100, and that's 10 entries. That's how this is going to work. Let me start my oscilloscope back up, and you can see. Maybe here. Let me do it with my hand. Cell phone for everything, right? Right there. Stop right there. Pull it back up and see what it looks like. Oh, I messed it up a little bit there. Read, and stop. Yep, I messed it up just a hair. Yep. See it from here to there. No big deal. Honestly, no big deal. I can tune it right back in. It is a sine wave generator. It is a pulse width modulator. Square wave generator, whatever you want to call it. It does quite a bit of things. Right over here, oops. I mean, it'll produce a sawtooth, or a triangle wave, whatever you want to call it. You've got your ground, your sine wave, and your triangle. You can't really see it that good on here unless I get real close and knock out the light from the background. Nope, not gonna do it. There we go. So it will go supposedly up to 1 million hertz. From 1 hertz to 1 million hertz, and that is that's a big jump. Now you've got your pin out right here. Here's your output, those blue terminals. Your input, I put this plug on here. It will come with this. I will send this 9-volt plug with it. You can hook. Right now I've got 2 batteries, 2 12-volt batteries hooked up to it. So I mean it'll. Now they're ran parallel, so it's still 12 volts. Yeah, give me just a second, please. So anyways, yay, congratulations somebody. You are getting something personal from me. And like I said, one side, I wrote it mirror, so I wrote from the inside so it doesn't get wiped off, and I wrote it as if I was writing in a mirror. PWM number 1. Like I said, I wrote this one the regular way, and it came out the mirror. So there's a smiley face on there too. There's my signature. It's also mirrored. So if we looked at it, and I did build this. These are not the screws that came with it. Yeah. And it wasn't really that tough. It did take me a couple of hours, to put this one together. Just because I wanted it to be, nice and pretty and neat, and you notice that all the corners are perfectly gapped, and all the screws. I went to Home Depot and bought these screws. I already had these bottom screws. And it came with some that were almost the exact same size. So, let the bidding begin. Oh, I tell you what, since it takes me 2 or 3 hours to build one, if somebody wants one of these, I will be willing to build one. Now, your output here, I've already tested everything. And this works. Your output here from your square wave generator goes to your H bridge. Your negative and positive coming from your battery will be, hit positive, negative, and that's going to run. Well, you can program it differently to run any motor if you were to use an Arduino. With the pulse width modulation on the Arduino. Now it doesn't go up to 1 million hertz, but it will do the job. Alright, so my battery's low. I've got to go. Here's the 555 timer circuit equations that I did. Yeah, it's just a data sheet, and I've got lots of data sheets around here, especially for stuff like this, the MT8924. that thing, you're not going to do it on your own without a data sheet. So, how do I find a data sheet? Well, you type in, say if I needed the pinout, which I don't, I build them on my own, I don't need them. If I needed the 5.5, this is just a IC connector, 8-pin. Let's see if I can find an actual 555 timer. Sitting here. You know what? There's a few on this one right here. So if I was to take, and I needed to find out what this 555 timer pinout was, and a nice little wiring diagram, or at least how to get started with a wiring diagram, you can type in any 555P, and you can either type in datasheet or you can type in pinout, P-I-N-O-U-T, and that'll give you all the information you need. That goes the same with any integrated circuit chip, including this L928 or whatever it's, 982, whatever it's in there. I'm not exactly sure. Now the one that I found the most helpful was the SN74HC 595, and I'm just going off of this, going by this off of memory. Hang on, wait, right here. Let's see if I can get a good little. I'm not going to get that on there. There's no way. So, do I have another one? Yes, I sure do. Let's see here. It's a SN, let me see here. SN74HC595. That was close to what I said. So, that is, you can run from your Arduino to this, and then from this to your H-bridge, and you've got any type of motor controller that you want. It'll control AC induction, 3-phase. You can run it for split phase, single phase. It really just, you can run any kind of motor with the SN74HC595 integrated circuit. Now, it is a little difficult at first to start off with these diagrams, because you look at this and you don't think, oh, well, 2 and 6, they're wired together. Let's see here, 4 and 7, what is that? Okay, 4 and 7 are tied together too, but they have a resistor between them. That's resistor A. Well, on this one, we're not using resistor A. So, 4 and 7 are tied together, 2 and 6 are tied together. Now, between 2 and 6 and 4 and 7 will be a resistor, and then you'll have a non-polarized capacitor going down to your ground. Okay? Positive rail is, this is your positive rail at the very top. Okay, that's your voltage input. Pin 3 is always your output. Sometimes I run pin 3 to pin 5 for different reasons, but to your discharge and your reset going right, you always put your threshold and your trigger together, and then your resistance between RA and RB with 4 and 7 together, you can have a variable Hertz pulse width modulator right here. And that would be your frequency, and then you would just take your positive for your 5 volts and then your negative ground, and you've got 3-phase pulse width modulation right there. And here's the actual equations that you need. 15,000 hertz, it's actually 14,800 and something. This is close enough. 50% duty cycle, you're only using the top of the sine wave, which means your second resistor, resistor B, is going to be 4,800 ohms. You're going to have a 0.01 microfarad capacitor, or well, you can go a little bit different with that, but it's a non-polarized. I just use a 104, and you'll be just fine. You don't have to worry about it. I also use from pin 5. Sometimes I'll go from pin 5 to the negative rail with a ceramic non-polarized capacitor, which 104 just means 1 0 with 4 more zeros behind it, and that's in picofarads. So it would actually be easier to do this in picofarads, but everybody knows microfarads, so and they're all gauged in picofarads. But once you get real high up on the ladder, then it goes, 100,000 picofarads, and then you're in microfarads. So, anyways, I'm sitting here rambling on. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone that has donated here this week. $20 today, $10 yesterday. A few days ago, I got $200. A week ago, I got $100. Look, we're moving right on along. Okay, I got the Arduino boards. I got my 555 timers. I've got pulse width modulators. I've got a bag full of resistors. Now I need to buy some polarized and non-polarized capacitors. I've got plenty of diodes left over, Schottky rectifier diodes, fast recovery diodes. There's a whole kit that came with that one. I've literally got everything except for a large capacitor kit, and those things are about $50. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that I get another $30, $40 today. That'd be great. So, but I love you guys. We're 17.5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, it doesn't take long to get into these videos and to just run the time away. I've got to go eat lunch with family, and if you guys want to help out with donations for the channel, it's www.paypal.me/ and then it's just my name, Thomas Bowie. If you'd like to email me, I know it's really hard for me to go through all the emails, but I'm not going to say or tell anybody, hey, quit emailing me because I'm a jerk and I'm not ever going to respond to you. No, I get up early in the mornings and I try to respond to a few emails every day whenever I can. But if I stayed on YouTube and I did nothing but call people and email people, then that's all I would do. And that's not going to help anybody. So, continue learning. Don't ever give up. The day you give up is the day you lose everything. Live life loving. These are the things that I live by. It will be Friday. I will announce the winner of this pulse width modulator, and this thing is nice. I really like this. I will be buying some more of them. If you want me to build one, I'm gonna have to charge some money. $50, $100, something like that. Just because it takes me quite a while, a little bit OCD, a little bit, just too much of a perfectionist sometimes. But you got to admit, you're not going to find another PWM on the internet anywhere that looks even close to as nice as this one turned out. A lot of people are super gluing theirs together, and just all kinds of stuff, I can't do that. I'll leave the board out laying before I super glue my pretty clear plastic on there. So, alrighty. Yep, I gotta go eat lunch. We're 20 minutes into the video. Yeah, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. There's Arduino board. Turn some 3-phase heads. I'm gonna do some great things here. And I'm not going to stop teaching people. You're never too old to learn. Never. So with that being said, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Love you guys.